Okay, have you ever done this? You finish a huge project, you run your fastest mile ever, or you just do something you're super proud of, and then you kind of find yourself just waiting for someone, anyone, to notice and say, hey, good job. Well, today we're going to dive right into that feeling. We're exploring the power of self-validation and how you can build a sense of achievement that doesn't need anyone else's applause to feel real.
So, just to make sure we're all on the same page, let's nail down this word validate. It just means to confirm that something is real or correct. So when we're looking for validation, what we're really asking is for someone else to confirm that our hard work was real, our success was legit, and that feeling of pride is actually justified. Look, it's a totally human thing to want, but where we get that validation from, well, that's the whole ballgame. And this gets us to the big question, right? It's kind of a weird paradox when you think about it. You know you put in the hours. You know you struggled and figured it out. You know the final thing you made is good. So why is there still that little part of us that just holds its breath waiting for someone else to put their stamp of approval on it? I think that's a feeling we've all had.
Okay, so first up, let's break down exactly why chasing after that external approval can be such a trap. The main problem is that it's an unreliable source for our self-worth. It's like building a house on a foundation that could just crumble at any moment.
Now, this might sound a little harsh, but it's where we have to start. The source material is pretty clear on this. Getting tons of validation from other people is just overrated. I mean, of course it feels amazing to be praised. Nobody is saying it doesn't. But if that praise becomes the main reason you feel happy or successful, you're setting yourself up for a really bumpy ride.
So why is it so unreliable? It really comes down to a few things. First off, people are fickle, Their moods change, their focus shifts. What they notice and praise today, they might completely ignore tomorrow. Second, they just aren't always going to see your great work. They're wrapped up in their own stuff. And finally, and this one's a big one, even when they do give you a compliment, it might not even be all that genuine.
In this slide, it just lays out the two different paths so perfectly. Over on the left, you've got external praise. See the words? Fickle, incomplete, unsustainable. It's a total roller coaster. But then you look to the right, and you've got personal accomplishment, constant, genuine, and sustainable. That's the foundation you can actually build something on.
This is such a critical point. Think about it. When somebody else looks at something you've done, what do they actually see? They see the finished product. They don't see the late nights, the frustrating dead ends, the little breakthroughs nobody else saw. They only see the results. So how on earth could they possibly gauge the real worth of the work when they've only seen like the last 5% of the whole story? Their judgment is always, by definition, going to be incomplete. And that is exactly why chasing that feeling of satisfaction from other people is, as the source calls it, a dead end. Constantly hoping, waiting for someone to say just the right thing in just the right way to finally make you feel good about yourself. It's just exhausting. And you know what? It never really works in the long run.
All right, so if chasing outside approval is the problem, what's the solution? It's all about shifting our focus to what we can call an internal scoreboard. A game where you're the only player that matters, and you're the one keeping score.
This right here, this is the big pivot. The most important thing isn't what they say, it's what you feel. It's about shifting your attention away from the audience out there to the judge in here. You're the only one who is there for the entire journey. That personal feeling of accomplishment, that's the real prize. So how do we actually do this?
Well, we can treat it like a game we play against ourselves. Step 1, you set your own goal, your own personal best. Step 2, you go out and play your game to hit that goal. Step 3, you are the judge. You get to decide if you won. And step 4, this one is so important. Treat any compliments you get from other people as a bonus. They're like cherries on top. They're nice, for sure, but they're not the point of the game. The win, that already happened the moment you hit your goal.
So what does a personal best score really look like? It's any goal you set for yourself based on your own challenges and what you're capable of. Maybe it's finishing a really tough project a date early. The moment you achieve that, that's the win. It's a huge win, completely and totally separate from what anyone else might say or think about it.
Okay, let's bring all of this home with what might just be the most powerful idea of all. After all the work is done, after you've been your own judge, what's left is the truth that you tell yourself. It's about learning to trust the power of your own inner voice.
You know, in those quiet moments, when all the noise from the outside world finally fades away, it's not the praise or the criticism that really sticks with you, it's the truth you whisper to yourself.
When no one else is listening. That's it. Right there. That is the voice that actually matters. That's the validation that truly lasts.
It's that quiet, internal nod to your own effort, your own struggle, and your own win.
So I'll leave you with this one question to think about. Based on the work you've put in, the challenges you've already faced, and who you're trying to become, what's the truth you're going to tell yourself today?